There was nobody ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. The world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, Coinbase, is driving up the price of XRP. We live in a strange world where anything is possible, even though Ripple coin sounds ridiculous. According to cryptocurrency experts, XRP Ripple will soon help produce a new generation of millionaires. They estimate that XRP's price might reach $2,200, which is quite awesome, don't you think? Don't waste any more time watching this film. Let's go right to the topic. Disclaimer. With its most recent application for authorization to market XRP futures through its derivatives business, Coinbase is creating a stir in the XRP community. Bull Runners was the first to publish this development, which has generated interest and conjecture on its possible effects on the price and market dynamics of XRP. Coinbase Institutional has verified that Coinbase Derivatives, a subsidiary, has filed a request to self-certify futures contracts for XRP with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. If everything goes according to plan, on April 21st, the XRP futures contract will go live, providing investors with a regulated and cost-effective option to invest. By enabling traders to wager on an asset's future price, the contract can boost liquidity and draw in institutional investors. If Coinbase successfully launches XRP futures, it would indicate growing institutional interest and further solidify XRP's legitimacy in the eyes of investors and regulators alike. This could be a significant turning point for XRP, which has long struggled with regulatory uncertainty in the U.S. Futures could have a number of positive effects on the asset. First, they could increase trading volumes as institutional and retail traders have new avenues to interact with XRP in a regulated setting. This is because increased trading activity frequently results in increased liquidity, which makes it simpler for big investors to enter and exit positions without experiencing significant price slippage. Furthermore, XRP futures may draw a fresh round of speculative interest. Futures markets frequently attract traders who leverage their positions, allowing them to control larger quantities of XRP with comparatively less capital. However, leverage not only raises risk, but also magnifies price movements, which could result in significant volatility for XRP, both upward and downward. The launch of futures trading for major cryptocurrencies has historically acted as a catalyst for price action. For instance, when Ethereum and Bitcoin futures were introduced on exchanges such as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and backed by both assets, institutional participation and adoption increased. The same could occur with XRP, which has institutional backing from Coinbase. Many people think that this could lead to a price increase for XRP futures. One of the biggest and most reliable cryptocurrency exchanges in the U.S., Coinbase, has already introduced futures contracts for assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. If XRP joins this list, it may attract institutional traders who have previously shunned the asset because of regulatory uncertainty. One important factor that could cause a Coinbase-driven XRP price pump is the new liquidity flow from derivatives traders. Unlike spot trading, where investors must buy the actual asset, futures contracts allow traders to speculate on price movements with less capital, allowing large institutional players to enter the XRP market without having to hold tokens themselves, increasing overall trading activity. Institutional investors rely on regulated platforms to trade derivatives, and XRP futures are one of the options. While the news has been widely hailed, some members of the XRP community were quick to criticize Coinbase's institutional wording in its initial announcement. A deleted post referred to the product as Ripple Futures, which sparked backlash from XRP holders who have spent years clearing up the misunderstanding that XRP is separate from Ripple. Coinbase exuser Adam called out Coinbase for the error, stating that the platform should have understood the distinction by now. Ripple Futures is a company, and XRP is the digital asset. However, the real question. We already know that Coinbase's action could cause a huge price spike, But what do the experts think? Could XRP reach new all-time highs? As the market waits for a breakout for the digital asset, analysts and cryptocurrency enthusiasts alike are predicting massive price movements, with some speculating that XRP holders could see their investments turn into life-changing sums. Believe me, some of these predictions will leave you speechless. Let's dive into what top analysts are predicting for XRP's future, so the excitement around XRP continues to build. Despite XRP's recent price decline, prominent media personality John Squire is optimistic that everyone will look back in 5 years and wish they had purchased it now. Steph, another well-known voice in the cryptocurrency industry, agrees with Squire's assertion that the future is bright for XRP holders, asserting that the next significant spike in XRP's price might produce a large number of new millionaires. Such audacious claims are not without merit. XRP has a history of surprising market participants with sharp price increases, particularly during accumulation periods. But what kind of growth are we talking about here? Could XRP's value reach such high levels that early investors would become financially independent? The numbers start to look good when we consider the possibility of an early retirement. The idea that XRP could lead investors to early retirement depends on a number of speculative price scenarios. For example, consider an investor holding 1,000 XRP valued at $2.20 today in order to reach a target of 1 million. David XRP Lyon, a well-known figure in the XRP community, recently predicted that XRP holders could become millionaires as the token's price soars. Although this may seem unrealistic, XRP's price would need to climb 500-fold to $1,000 per token. It's crucial to keep in mind that XRP experienced phenomenal growth in 2021, hitting heights that many believed were unachievable. Despite recent setbacks, the cryptocurrency ecosystem is still moving toward rapid innovation and investment. The past year's performance of XRP provides cause for hope. Over the same time span since its launch, XRP has seen an astounding 252% gain, well above Bitcoin's 26% increase. Early adopters have become wealthy investors as a result of XRP's more than 350-fold appreciation. Bullify, a well-known cryptocurrency account, also added a captivating tweet that said, "XRP is going to blow minds." The graph is screaming that the XRP is going to blow apart. It is evident that many people are anticipating a significant price shift, but it is unclear when or how high XRP will rise. And of course, we cannot ignore XRP. Ripple's most recent collaborations. The potential for global adoption of XRP is becoming more apparent every day, especially as more conventional financial institutions shift toward blockchain-based solutions. Believe me, what's going on behind the scenes is nothing short of revolutionary. XRP is subtly but effectively positioning itself to dominate the cryptocurrency space, and this could be the most bullish signal we've ever seen. One of the biggest announcements comes from Bank of America, a major player in the financial industry, which has stated that it is prepared to accept cryptocurrency payments. This is a significant step toward the widespread use of cryptocurrencies and may be the catalyst that propels the price of XRP to new heights. Since joining Ripple in 2020, Bank of America has been progressively investigating methods to incorporate blockchain technology into its cross-border payment systems. The on-demand liquidity solution offered by Ripple, which uses XRP as a bridge currency, may be crucial in this situation. In addition to raising XRP's demand, Bank of America's official integration of XRP into its payment infrastructure will greatly expand its use across a variety of financial services. The banking industry has been clamoring for XRP to play a major role in cutting down on the time and expense of traditional cross-border payments. But this is where things get interesting. Global adoption entails more than just an increase in XRP usage. It marks a significant change in how conventional financial systems function. Steph recently tweeted, "Trump, This is a strong statement because it supports the notion that XRP is well positioned to play a key role in the financial reset that many believe will occur with the adoption of blockchain technology. The shift to digital currencies and cryptocurrency payment systems has the potential to transform the global financial landscape, and XRP is strategically positioned to lead the charge. America is recovering stronger than ever. America's Bank. If more institutions follow Bank of America's example, XRP could become the de facto currency for cross-border transactions, making it extremely valuable. This would not only increase XRP's acceptance, but also raise its value to new heights, especially if other significant financial institutions start to follow suit. The Ripple partnership is more than just a partnership between two entities. It's a sign that we are entering an era where digital currencies like XRP will play a foundational role in global payment systems. Some of the largest financial institutions in the world are actively promoting the global adoption of XRP, and given its growing use in practical financial applications, it's difficult to overlook the rising demand for the digital asset. Just take a look at how Ripple is positioned to be a crucial component of future payment infrastructure, supported by organizations like Bank of America and numerous others that are covertly implementing blockchain solutions. As Sound Planning Group CEO David Stresky notes, as we enter this new era of financial innovation, it is evident that XRP will play a significant role, and those who recognize its potential early on will be in a prime position to benefit from the inevitable price surge. This is because Bank of America's blockchain-related patents closely align with Ripple's technology, indicating a much deeper integration of XRP into their operations. This means that we are not just talking about a future with XRP, but one in which its value is driven by the very infrastructure that global financial systems are being built upon. The global adoption of XRP and its potential integration into the financial system could be the catalyst that drives its price to levels that today's investors will look back on with awe. Crazy, huh? But it's not over yet. We haven't even talked about the whales yet, and believe me, this is something you won't want to miss. Behind the scenes, major players have been making some serious moves, amassing millions of XRP coins while the market isn't paying attention. This type of silent accumulation is often a major bullish signal, and if history is any indication, something big could be coming. Let's break it all down. Whale activity is often one of the strongest indicators of where the market is going, and with over 150 million XRP seized in just 2 days, the signals couldn't be more clear. These high-end net worth investors, whether institutions or seasoned cryptocurrency enthusiasts, don't just buy indiscriminately. Rather, they accumulate with a purpose. The size of their purchases suggests they anticipate a significant price appreciation, and historically, such moves have preceded explosive rallies. When whales gather near important support levels, it usually indicates that they perceive a low-risk, high-reward opportunity. It also absorbs sell pressure, limiting additional price decreases and allowing XRP to stabilize before its next move. This is not just random purchasing pressure. When whales remove large amounts of XRP from the market, it reduces supply on exchanges, making it harder for retail traders to buy at lower prices. This creates a classic supply shock, where demand begins to outpace availability, forcing prices to rise. If more investors catch on and fear of missing out kicks in, XRP could quickly break through resistance levels, triggering a cascade of buying pressure that sends the price surging. This pattern has occurred multiple times in the past, and each time the results speak for themselves. Leading analysts have noted that despite recent market volatility, XRP's price structure is still optimistic. Whales is intentionally lining up with the market's perception that XRP may be ready for a prolonged surge, according to Ali Martinez. In addition to on-chain activity, worldwide adoption is another piece of the puzzle that might lead to an aggressive push toward past all-time highs, possibly surpassing them under the correct circumstances. The use of XRP as a bridge currency, for cross-border payments is becoming more popular among financial organizations and banks. As institutional adoption increases and demand for XRP's liquidity solution rises, the recent confirmation that Bank of America is investigating cryptocurrency payments, specifically through its Ripple partnership, lends additional legitimacy to XRP's long-term potential. The next few weeks will be critical if XRP can break through its next significant resistance level. With whales accumulating at this rate, the likelihood of a breakout is growing daily. The question now is not whether XRP will rally, but once the pieces are in place, we wait for the market to catch up. The only thing left to ask is, are you bullish on XRP Ripple? If so, please let me know in the comments section. And with that, this concludes the video. Thank you for watching. If you found it useful, please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts or questions, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe.